I was recently playing through Pikmin 4 like the good boy that I am until I pulled up my map and pressed B by accident. This is when I realized that there are a lot of menus on here that I went completely unnoticed. So I snooped around and just looked around for the hell of it, whatever, until I realized something. A little thing called rescue journals, which normally just kind of flew over my head as the tips and tricks area of the pad or whatever it's called. Who would have known that sitting right next to that is probably some of the most important Pikmin lore I have ever seen. And it's sitting right next to the tips and tricks. Like was this a joke? Was this just like a funny little thing? But whatever, that doesn't matter. What does matter is the journals themselves, because holy crap are they important. Now, although there are 9 journals in total, I'm only going to be paying attention to 3, since the other ones aren't very important. Those 3 being 7, 8, and 9. Let's start off with 9 because it's by far the most interesting. Here's what journal number 9 says, and I quote, "The surface. We've made it at last. Finally, we can begin making a fresh start here on this planet. Of course, it will take many long months and years before what we have built here will be anything like what we once had. But we won't be alone. Our beloved dogs will be by our side as we walk this long, difficult road." Oh boy, I am going to tear this sentence apart for the rest of my life. So, Shepard's ancestors obviously moved from one planet to another, and are now rebuilding society on this brand new planet. I wonder what that old planet was. Let's just name it Shiverstar for now, just as a placeholder name, because it will be brought up multiple times. And if you're wondering why I chose the name Shiverstar, I don't know, just random name, doesn't have anything necessarily meaningful attached to it. Another interesting line is, of course, it will take many long months and years before what we've built here will be anything like what we once had. Remember this for later. Let's go jump over to journal number 8. Many years have passed since we first began to make this land our new home. Still, we need more time to complete our environmental adaptations. In the meantime, we must survive so that one day we can pass down this new history to our children, and pass down the ways that we've learned to rescue and protect everyone. One day we will live here in peace. So let's just rip off this band-aid now. Yes, Shepard's ancestors are quite clearly human. That just goes without saying. But another interesting little tidbit of information that I thought was extra juicy was environmental adaptations. Just to make sure that I was right, I googled what it means, and yeah, the planet's making them smaller. Not only is the planet making them smaller, but it could also be changing up their lungs to breathe different air that's specific to that planet, which would explain why Olimar dies in 30 days if you don't get all the ship parts in time. Let's go ahead and get the 7th journal out of the way before I start going into speculation mode and theories and stuff. So here's the 7th journal. Beyond the sky itself lies a beautiful blue planet. Those are the words that have been passed down from captain to captain, calling to each of us. I can't imagine what sort of place this blue planet might be, but it's said to be home to even more dogs and folks than we have here. One day, I hope to fly beyond the sky and into space. This journal perplexes me to no end because I actually don't know the answer. It says, beyond the sky itself lies a beautiful blue planet. Now, this could be referring to many different things, and I only know of 2 blue planets in the Pikmin universe. Those being Pina 404, which is a ginormous stretch to call this a blue planet, or Kopai. Those are the only 2 blue planets that I know of in the Pikmin universe. If there are any others that I'm missing, please let me know in the comments, because this perplexes me to no end, and I must have an answer. Well, it's time to get into speculation mode. Cue the music. So I think it's pretty obvious by now that Shepard's family is human, and this quote-unquote Shiverstar is Earth/PNF 404. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. But something that I haven't gotten into is, did they travel to other planets? I didn't bring up the other files because they really aren't too interesting on their own, but the other 6 do tell a story of how Shepard's family recreated space travel and has now made it just a main source of getting from planet to planet. So who's to say that Shepard's ancestors didn't take a quick pit stop on a planet, dump some people behind, and congratulations, you now have Hakotate, or Hokatate, or Hakatate? I don't know. Like I said, Olimar isn't 100% confirmed to be human. He could be some sort of space alien, but at the same time, that is way too specific for him not to be human. I think it's 100% clear that every single character in the Pikmin universe is human. And yes, that includes Louis. Still not entirely sure about that one, though. I still think it's weird that after 10,000 years, people started to come back to PNF 404. Or I should say, crashed back into PNF 404. The planet that was once abandoned now is sort of like home. Kind of interesting when you think about it. Thanks for watching. And real fast, I want to make 2 little shoutouts. First one is Raggins. I just want to say thank you. You have really inspired me to be the Pikmin YouTuber that I am now, and it's so freaking awesome to see how my channel is slowly growing piece by piece, and I kind of want to thank you for that. Next one is Wigwam Man, another Pikmin YouTuber that I've been watching for a long period of time, and another gigantic inspiration to why I make all these crazy theory videos and do live streams. So thank you, Wigwam Man, for also being a gigantic inspiration to me. And I also want to thank all of you guys for subscribing. We are almost to 500 subs, which is absolutely incredible. And this is a number that I never even thought was possible. You guys have also been an inspiration to keep me trucking on as a YouTuber. And I want to thank you all for doing that. And, well, until next time, I'll see ya. Bye-bye.